and Olympic gold medalist, Hall of Famer, best-selling author, television personality, ringside analyst, philanthropist, and the founder of the Sugar Ray Leonard Foundation. And my new best friend. I feel like I say that every year. Now, let's take a quick look. Show me Sugar Ray.
But you have to really dig deep. And it hurts, it does hurt, but to win is what it's all about, to win. Fighting for the most valuable prize in the world. And that is when you go now. Nothing compares to that. Even to this day, I live my life like a fighter outside. Don't believe people who tell you you can't be this, be that, and get back, because I won those fights. And all those models making shoot, but I won the fights because I had a team, I had a corner. Thank you so much, and I just want to personally thank NIADA. Thank you for having me here today. And I know the theme for this meeting is accelerate. That really resonates with me, both in and outside of the ring. But before I begin, I just want to get something off my chest. Because I noticed when I walked out here, there were a few guys in the front row that were sizing me up. And I know what they think. It happens all the time. They're saying, Sugar Ray, the champ, but damn, look at him, he's not that big. He's older, and he's slower, and I bet I can take him there. Guys, I wouldn't go there. I've been a fighter now for 50 years. And I faced some of the toughest oppositions in the world. Just the mere mention of their names to strike fear in their opponents' hearts. There were names like Marvin Hagler. These guys, they were the creme de la creme, the best of the very best, and each one of them, a living legend. And I beat them all. I'm not here to necessarily talk about the physicalities of my accomplishments, but more so about the power of not just the body, but the mind and the spirit. I'm talking about fighter, a champion. But a number of years ago, I had stopped being a fighter outside of boxing. I had stopped applying the same principles that turned me into an Olympic gold medal winner in 1976 in Montreal. A six-time world boxing champion in 5 different weight categories. But a contestant, Dancing with the Stars, I was kicking butt. I mean, well, until I got to here. I mean, you're laughing, but you don't know how tight my pants You know, some of you guys are laughing, but you don't know how tight those pants were. I mean, really. I mean, like most of us, I've been down, but not out. Because I have a philosophy. One that guided me through my amateur and professional boxing career, and now later on as a husband, a father, a businessman. It's my philosophy that I call power, which means to prepare, overcome, win every round. And it simply begins by your dreams. Yes, your dreams, because your dreams are the window to your future. Your goals are the vehicle that takes you there. You take away those dreams, you're stuck in a room without windows. You take away those goals, and you don't have a map to get to your dreams. I mean, I've always stressed the importance of dreaming, because your dreams are your GPS towards your success. It is what allows you to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, this is what gives you determination. And determination, by the way, is what turns every single one of us into winners. I mean, granted, yes, some people are born with extraordinary size, strength, speed, and talent, but without determination, our talent never fully develops. Because no one is born a world champion, just like no one is born a brain surgeon. The successful do what they must and what they can to be the best, to be number one. I mean, for me, it required a 5-mile run at 5 o'clock in the morning. I mean, for you, it may be coming to work an hour early or leaving the office 2 hours later. I mean, these can be somewhat of a painful sacrifice, but it's this type of determination that just so happens to build tremendous confidence. Confidence in knowing that more than likely, your competitors are not making those same sacrifices. I want you to remember this. Determination gives you that mental edge. It was back in, 1987 that I decided to come out of retirement. Yes, again. And this time to fight marvelous Marvin Hagler. And I vividly remember telling my father-in-law before I made it public. I said, Dick, I'm going to fight Marvin Hagler. He said, what? He said, son, can we talk? He said, you're past your prime. You've only had, one fight in 5 years. Marvin Hagler's head is impervious to pain. And here's a champion who has not lost a fight in 11 consecutive years. That man is going to kill you. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute. I mean, I couldn't believe the confidence he had in me. He said, son, come on, for God's sake, what other reason are you doing this? I said, well, Dick, I mean, they also paying me $10 million. He said, oh. He said, you know what? Now that I think about it, you are going to kick his ass. Oh, true story. He said, so when does training camp start? And how can I be of service? I mean, this is truly true. Now, to beat a guy like Hagler required me to do things twice as hard, twice as long. So in training camp, instead of me training the usual 3-minute rounds with 1 minute rest, I was doing 5-minute rounds, 30 seconds rest. I flew in sparring partners from all over the country. And we go for 10 rounds, 12 rounds, 15 rounds. And when my legs and lungs started to burn, I didn't quit. Not a chance. In fact, I added more rounds because I was going to be completely ready for that fight or die trying. And when I entered that ring, April 6, 1987, I knew something that very few people knew. And that was I was going to beat marvelous Marvin Hagler. Now, some of you may remember this, but I was a huge, huge underdog. But through sheer determination and will, I was able to push not only my body, but my mind to a whole nother level. Less than 1 hour later, in that parking lot at Caesar's Palace, here in Las Vegas, Nevada, I proved the critics wrong because my determination had allowed me to do what they thought would be totally impossible. I want to show you determination. Check it out.
Marvelous Marvin Hagler defends his middleweight title against Sugar Ray Leonard. Once every couple of years, there are events in boxing which capture the public's imagination.
Going into the fight, most people seem to think that Marvin Hagler will win. Can Ray bring back the magic of old? That's what we're here to find out.
Leonard, the first punch of the fight.
Very clear that Leonard is trying to fight a tactical fight, moving away, punching in flurries, clinching, moving again.
And just a stirring contest at the end of the round. Ray Leonard is in to say, I'm still here.
Cool as you can be. Got him all out of his mind already. Just keep it up.
That was a good left hand by Hagler. Right hand by Leonard. A lot of ring savvy being shown by Sugar Ray Leonard right now.
Last time we saw Hagler punch his head like that, he tore after Hearns. We'll see if he's getting a little desperate now.
And he blows up and into the stomach.
Hagler has let him into this fight. Or to put it in a positive way, Ray Leonard has put himself into this fight.
A good right. Ray seemed hurt. And now Hagler mocking Leonard. Ray Leonard is hurt in the corner. Hagler peppering him. Leonard now tries to fight off the ropes. Combinations of punches. And now it's Hagler who backs off. The crowd chanting Sugar Ray. How do you like it? How do you like it?
By the winner, by a split decision, and new heavyweight champion of the world, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Now, let's talk about the road work, which is the extra rounds, the early morning miles. It's that extra hour that I talked about. Knowing your competitor's strong points and weak points. So in short, you're doing everything necessary to achieve your goals and dreams. I did the road work to defeat Hagler. It was organized, specific, and it worked. But here's the important thing about the road work. You see, the more you do it, the easier it becomes, because sometimes the body has to catch up with the mind, and once it does, both the body and mind eventually accepts it as routine. Because how else would you describe a one-time couch potato who now runs marathons? People who battle back from certain defeats. Tell me, who do you know in this room who has turned their life around? I bet they did their version of road work. And the greatest thing about the road work is how it positively affects your confidence. Then it gives you that ability to dig deep and perform under those high-pressure situations. It was back in September of 1981 that I fought Tommy the Hitman Hearns. Tommy Hearns, oh my God. What a champion. What a warrior. But also, what a freak of nature. Tommy stands 6'2", arms longer than a football field, knocking out power in both hands. And back then, we fought for 15 rounds. And at the end of 12 rounds, I was behind on the judges' scorecards. So as I sat in my corner, my trainer, Angelo Dundee, yelled at me, "You're blowing it, son, you're blowing it!" And I tell you, I was exhausted. Completely spent. My left eye was nearly closed. It was over 100 degrees in that ring. I was exhausted, but I knew I had done my version of road work. I knew I had built up a reserve, because we all possess that extra hidden reservoir of strength. We all have it. But what separates us is the ability to activate it. It's like that woman who found the strength to lift a car off a trapped child. Well, Angelo Dundee activated my reserve, and he wanted me to go back out there, to take over, to take charge, to dominate, to throw more punches. It was like either do that or go home a loser. Well, let me tell you something. That reserve definitely paid off, and I did not go home a loser. Check out the road work.
The down of the tape, you see it there. The principal feature, that 8-inch edge in reach, enjoyed by Thomas Hearn. We are 1 minute into round one. See how quickly Leonard got out of that corner? To stay there is to invite disaster with the stunning punching power that Tommy Hearns possesses. Look at the intensity in Leonard's eyes. Leonard's left eye appears puffing under the eye. Leonard scoring again, giving Hearns with the left hook. Hearns backing off to the ropes. Never dreamed there would be toe-to-toe, and look at Hearns. He almost went down. He almost went down. Look at Thomas Hearns staggering back to his corner. Now Hearns with renewed confidence. Taking chances, becoming aggressive, and he is dominating the action in round 11. He got hurt then, Leonard. You saw that combination. It landed, and Hearns appears a different fighter.
You're 9 minutes. You're rolling now, son. You're rolling.
Hearns has done that. Leonard trying to get back. Hearns hurt! Hearns hurt! Hearns ready to go! Oh, look at that hand speed! All those unanswered blows! Hearns is ready to go! And indeed he goes through the ropes! And great ball upon some inner resource! And he is trying to put him away from that second round. Look at that! Hearns throwing Leonard! Leonard has him! He knows it! Hearns is ready to go! He's asking Davey Krell to stop the fight! Look at that! Sugar Ray Leonard proving to everybody who's ever watched boxing that here, yes, is an athlete. 1 minute 40 seconds into the 14th round. And he is teeing off on her. That's it! Sugar Ray Leonard has won by a technical knockout in the 14th round.
You must do your version of road work to go the distance. I mean, it's so vitally important. Now your goals, combined with sheer determination and road work, can deliver you to your dreams. But what separates the champion from the contender? The winner from the loser? One of those answers is self-esteem. Because of all the elements that take us down that road to success, self-esteem at times can be the most elusive. I mean, sometimes it takes a holiday just when you need it the most. And this is what makes your focus, your goals, road work, and determination critical, because they have tremendous impact on your self-esteem, which can be nurtured, shaped, grown to the extent of rather than you pulling along, it begins to pull you along. Then soon, you will be completely confident in your decision-making as you target new and greater heights. And the reason I believe in this, 100%, totally believe in this, because 5 days before my fight with Marvin Hagler, I get hit by one of my sparring partners. I mean, nearly knocked out. The gym, forget about it. It was packed, full of cameras, reporters from all over the world. But I had the experience to cover things up, so they didn't know. But my guys knew. My team knew. Because that ride back to my hotel, it was more than quiet. It was deathly quiet. And their silence, it told me everything. Because they figured if a sparring partner was hurt, right, oh my gosh, what would Marvin Hagler do to him? Because the original fight plan was for me to stand toe-to-toe with Marvin, because we knew he had built up a great deal of scar tissue around the eyes, which was a bit of a handicap. So we figured that, combined with a very creative and extensive prayer, will be my only shot to survive, let alone win. But I took that shot. that nearly put me down is a sign that maybe this is not the best strategy to use. So due to my training and my belief in myself, I took what could have been a serious negative, turned that into a positive, which became a victory. The old saying, if you don't believe in yourself, no one else will. So simple, yet so very, very true. So no matter who it is, and no matter what it is, you must always believe in yourself. I place those same emphasis on the ability to stay in control. Because losing your composure can be, or will be, disastrous in all aspects of life. Business, relationships, dealing with teenagers. I mean, when I retired from boxing for the first time, I had a record of 36 wins and 3 losses. And we always remember that first loss, that first disaster. You know what I'm talking about here? Because for me, it was against Roberto Duran. That first loss back in June of 1980. He beat me because he took me out of my game plan. And this happens to all of us. At some point, for some reason, we all get taken out of our game plan. But let me tell you how it happened. Roberto Duran was one of the most intimidating fighters prior to Mike Tyson. I mean, this guy, I used to hate this. I hate this man. I used to hate this. We had a press conference to announce the fight at the Waldorf Astoria in New York City. And I walked in there, and he was like staring me down, like you guys did earlier. But he took it a step further. He would push me, shove me, kick me. He cursed me. He even cursed my wife. And even though it was in Spanish, no translation was really necessary. He had great hand gestures. I mean, he took me out of my game plan, and he won the fight. But now, I think you guys truly understand my format here. You know, I talk about subject matter, and then I play a video clip to clarify my point. But I don't think it's really necessary for you guys to see me. No, really, I'm serious. Actually, I think it's a waste of time. Because I think you guys get it. I'm so proud of you. I mean, you guys are so sophisticated. I mean, unless you really want to see it, you want to see it? Yeah, I like you too. Show the damn tape, okay?
Duran knows with a 5-inch shorter reach, he must get inside. And there you see him trying the ball and brawl. This is not a fight for Ali, is it? It's a fight Leonard is going to have to make in a way perhaps he's never fought before. It's the fight of his young life. He's only had 27 bouts. Duran has had 7. Leonard with a flurry, but no, not scoring well. Duran moves that head. It's almost imperceptible, but he moves it. Leonard's going to have to change his battle style. He has had Leonard against the ropes repeatedly. The very place Leonard doesn't want to be. Sugar Ray fighting back. But did you see the way Duran kept moving his head? Left, right, bombing, weaving. Now Duran taunting. Here's my chin. Hit it. Look at Duran walking around. He thinks he's got the fight in the bag. That's much is clear from his point of view. And so the end of the fight.
Duran still trying to taunt Sugar Ray Leonard. Leonard looking back with what amounts to perhaps sardonic amusement.
Leonard, Sankaramkat, Judan, Sankaramsak, Bedugo.
And Gibbs of Britain gave it to Duran, 145, 144. As close as we anticipated. Indeed, a split because of the 1 vote for a draw. Some will say it lived up to the anticipation. Others may have found it too much of a wrestling match. But that's the way it was. And it is certain, under any circumstances, to be long remembered.
You feel better? You know, after that loss, I was devastated. And then I asked myself, like we all ask ourselves when disaster hits, how do we respond to a setback? or get up from the knockdown and win a fight. We've heard it said many times that you can't know success until you've known failure. And the great motivators will tell you that your past does not equal your future unless you want it to. And how many times were you in a situation where you were used to working at a certain level and all of a sudden your boss comes to you and tells you he's going to promote you, but you are expected to perform as always? I mean, that's exactly how I felt in the Durant fight. I fought my heart out. I just fought the wrong fight. And again, this happens to everyone at some point for some reason. We all get taken out of our game plan. But I watched that loss over and over and over again. I mean, I said to myself, I got to be more economical, better, faster. So the rematch was made in less than 6 months, which is unprecedented, because fights of that significance takes years sometimes. But now it was my turn to make him lose his composure. But I did better than that. I made this guy quit. I made this guy say no mas. And some of you guys, do you guys know Ray Charles? Yeah. My mother named him Ray Charles because she thought I was going to be a singer, but we knew right away that was not going to be the case. I mean, really. And so, but he sang America was Beautiful, in that fight. And when he finished, he walked over to me, he gave me the biggest kiss and a hug. He said, kick his ass. I said, yes, I will. I mean, we got to see this now, guys. I love this one.
From sea to
more movement. Now, that's the kind of action that we had throughout the first fight. Durant pulling Leonard against the ropes, but this time Leonard got out and away quickly. Good right by Leonard, a good right. Stuck Durant. Durant in a fury, going after Leonard, but Leonard caught him with a good jumping right. Again, Leonard with the uppercut. There's a blow to the midsection by Leonard. Leonard's going for the jumping right to hurt Durant. You can see his confidence is gone now. And he caught him with the left. And he's got Durant openly, not just furious, but puzzled.
That's like my coffee in the morning. But, you know, I don't care what happens, guys. When you get knocked down, you need to get back up. I mean, that's the sign of a champion. That's the sign of a winner. So, let's talk about taking risks. And that's when you roll the dice, you fail, you try again. Some of our greatest entrepreneurs took huge risks on the way to the top. They made millions and they lost millions. But the one common thread was no fear of failure. Only fear of doing nothing. And like I stated, in boxing, we take a huge risk. But you know what? One of my biggest risks I feel I've ever taken, and it's never really quite mentioned, was when I moved up 2 weight categories to challenge for the super middleweight 168 and light heavyweight 175 championship against Donnie Lalonde, who, by the way, was not a household name, but he was a big guy, and he was world champion. And at that time, it was calling me old. I was like 32 years old. I mean, who's 32 in here? Don't answer that question. Let me show you something. That risk against Donnie Lalonde was worth taking. Check it out, guys.
Sugar Ray Leonard, 32 years old. Donnie Lalonde says he's too old. He's an old welterweight.
body of Sugar Ray Leonard. You gotta believe that the longer the fight goes, Johnny LeBron has a better chance. But I think early in the fight, he's gonna see moves he never knew existed in the ring. There they go.
I know, really.
Backs one off the chest of Leonard. Notice how LeBron pushed Leonard off with his shoulder. He's getting room for them. He's up for 4. And now what will happen? How will Ray Leonard respond? LeBron has been a great finisher whenever he's had his opponent hurt. Leonard on wobbly legs, holds on. Leonard is finding it very easy to get in with the left hand. LeBron landed a couple of combinations. Leonard gets tagged again. Leonard not moving. LeBron landing. Leonard stationary. LeBron with a chance here. A big chance. Plenty of time left in round 9. LeBron is on the right hand by Leonard. LeBron backs off. He's hurt. LeBron. Leonard going for it. Watch out for 31. It's 5. He's up at 6. LeBron is hurt. He's on wobbly legs. Look out! Get out of right! This could be stopped at any moment. Right hand. It's all over. It's all over. Sugar Ray Leonard wins.
I won that fight because he cooperated. That's a bad joke. I mean, I won that fight because I dreamed the dream. I had determination. I did my version of road work. I believed in myself. I stayed in control. I got up from those knockdowns. I took the risk. But most importantly, I won that fight because I wanted victory. But what exactly is victory? Victory is when you win. It's when you get the reward, the recognition, the prize, the money. But for some, victory is all about accomplishing what you set out to do. And for others, it's just a matter of knowing that you gave it your best, all that you had. I've been asked the question often, what makes average anything but average? It's here. It's here. It's all about dreaming the dream and having a plan that turns that dream into a reality. I guess our dreams become a reality is victory. And you know what? That's what's so wonderful about victory, in that it is defined in so many ways. I mean, my victories are my lovely family, my Olympic gold medal, my world titles. And while my victory may be somewhat different than yours, they are pretty much the same. Whether it's financial security, a promotion at work, a brand new home, or simply your child or children telling you just how much they love you. However you define victory, the key is to always strive to attain it. But you gotta have a plan, a blueprint that turns that dream into a reality. And as I gaze out into this audience, I see winners. And I definitely see fighters. And even though it may appear that my boxing career was mano a mano, me against my opponent in the ring, that's the furthest thing from the truth. If it wasn't for my team, my corner, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys. Everyone needs a corner for success. And my last bit of advice is for God's sake. Keep those guards away. You guys are the best. Love it. Love it.